Namaste, angels. This is going to be a client reading for one of my repeat clients, and I'm pretty sure, like 99.9% sure, I'm going out of order and there's somebody ahead of her. But I just realized that the love reading for the collective, I had seen a proposal, I think from an air sign, if I remember correctly, from a masculine, but I think quite possibly if it was from an air sign. And at the foundation, a Cuspian, a Capricorn, Sagittarius, Cuspian. And I just realized that this client, if I remember correctly, she is a Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cuspian. So I said, you know what, let me do her reading, because that could have been a message in there for her. So I'm beginning with emergence from the Universal Love Oracle, opening to transience. She's also one of my energy healing clients, so she's not a stranger to this, like the emergence or the transience. And creativity. Creativity, which may bring in the energy of her masculine. That's what I was thinking. Is he an air sign? He may be an Aquarius. Or possibly even an Aquarius Pisces, now that I'm trying to think about it. Like, I'm pretty certain about her, that she's a Capricorn Sagittarius, or Sagittarius Capricorn. Because she even mentioned her birthday when she placed the order. But we didn't discuss the masculine, but I'm trying to remember, I think that he might be an Aquarius, possibly late enough in the month, for Pisces to affect him too. Otherwise, this card is about, coming up with creative ways to help to bring about your own abundance. It's kind of like a 3 of fire. And this is the Eternal Flame card, which is also connected to fire signs. This one is too. It's like air, fire, and water. And then more specifically, if I'm going to pick an air sign, then Aquarius, because she's got this star on her forehead and she's a water bearer. And then any fire sign, it's a red angel here, red wings, red body, red clouds. And then the fish jumping out of the water, that's like Piscean energy. She's standing in this pool, so it could be any water sign too. And this is, just totally fire. It's even called flame. Eternal flame. Eternal flame and more fire energy, physical body. Eternal flame, more fire and air, spiritual growth. I'll do one more. It is love, which is also pretty fiery. A lot of yellow, orange, purple. And back to physical body, which is like a sun card, kind of, which represents the sign of Sagittarius in the tarot. And for the overall energy, we're back to emergence. So this is about healing and maybe another level of ascension, growth. Speaking of healing, there's a bunch of sirens behind me now. And coming from maybe a place of sleep or a place of I don't want to say difficulty, but having, going through that growth process, which could be, sometimes it can be, it can be painful, right? Like growing pains, the darker place, and then rising from that is what emergence is all about. Divine feminine, the masculine as it relates to the feminine, himself, the union as a whole. Overall, the masculine will have the feminine toward the union where he himself is willing to, what the universe would have the two do, but they will have to affirm to it, for that full support and the outcome. Divine Feminine, inner child. So here we do have more of this Aquarius energy. Of course, air signs and air energy in general, about communication, thoughts, ideas. Something we need to get off our chest, or we'd like to. This card brings in the energy of, additionally, just air in general, earth and water, and can be sort of like sort of like the Six of Cups, in that it's connected to the need to address perhaps things from our childhood, maybe beliefs, ideologies, situations that were patterns that we're repeating, that, you know, we need to work on now. And maybe it's time to like change things. It's just like a combination of like a Six of Cups and a Two of Pentacles, you know, that deja vu from hell, and the Knight of Swords, right? The need to make a decision. Maybe the Nine of Swords, all kinds of thoughts and, you know, overthinking is what this card is about. And I guess it's possibly through what, or it would seem is through what the feminine is going through right now, or is about to. The masculine as it relates to the feminine. Miracles. Oh, that's beautiful. Miracles. Like dream come true sort of thing. Too good to be true, unbelievable, like that sort of thing. God himself, as it relates to her soulmate. So nice to see that he's on board. He agrees. At least his higher self does. Very nice. And the union as a whole. Aww, boom. How precious is this? Overall, blessings here atop the miracles. Seriously. I don't think this could be any sweeter. What the masculine have the feminine do toward the union. It is dreams. So like, you know, this is plans, it's goals, you know, like future. Let's think about that with this sitting here underneath the inner child. Like, let's stop thinking about the past and overthinking that stuff. And let's think about the future, goals, dreams. He himself is willing to work. Celebration. This is also connected to ascension for me too. Arise. It's like, you know, this dove is very Pentecostal for me. But Pentecost is, you know, in part an event, a celebration of Jesus and other saints, as it's written in the scriptures, having risen. And then Jesus going up to the mountain with, or being seen on the mountain with Elijah and Abraham. So that's that. Elijah and Moses, rather. I wonder what Abraham has to do with anything, because stuff doesn't usually come out of my mouth by accident. There's usually a reason. Hopefully we'll find out what it is. And enchantment. So it's a need to surrender. Also very earth, wind, and fire. Earth, air, and fire. You see the like the Venus and the Mars, these rays coming through, and of course this is all green, it's all earth, and we have this woman, deep surrender, having gone through a lot of pain, hurt. She's even scarred, but still nude, you know, willing to be vulnerable. Obviously, head tilted back, eyes closed, not concerned about the scars, not concerned about the past hurt, allowing herself to be healed going forward. Awesome. It's like one of my favorite cards as it relates to the healing part and outcome. Message from afar. More of this fire energy. Could definitely be some sort of deep conversation between the two. Individual messages from the universe to each. Telepathic communication and dreams. and even 3D contact. I think with blessings and miracles and dreams, it was definitely, for the most part, that message from afar is about, you know, some between you and the universe, you and God, you know, or the couple and the universe, couple and God. We're going to see what else the universe has to say, because that was like, again, from the perspective of the masculine, beginning with freedom, which is a card that's representative of the sign of Aquarius, for, you know, if we're going to look at it from that perspective. But we all need freedom. And opening to mature man, which is a very emperor-like card for me, and typically attached to, if it's going to be signs like Aries and Scorpio, which are both ruled by Mars, but it doesn't have to be those signs, obviously. And it's like an overbearing sort of father, authoritative kind of feel to it, you know, how in an overbearing in a father kind of way, like and in fact could be representative of somebody being a father, being married or having been married, you know, divorcee or something. And, you know, that type of, all of that stuff, you know, goes into being a mature man. Freedom. And young female, which is not necessarily connected to age. In fact, for me, for the most part, it's not connected to age. It has nothing to do with her actually being a young female. I look at her more like a youthful female and a Sagittarius. So this card tends to represent the sign of Sagittarius and the planet Jupiter, which is Sagittarius' ruler for me. Freedom and control. Somebody feeling stuck, manipulated perhaps, or like a manipulator, trying to control the situation rather than allowing, rather than surrender, or needing to free themselves from some sort of situation, circumstance, emotion, negative cords, or negative emotions, and negative cords of attachment. I think that came up in the love reading too. That I was moved to mention how some of the feminine had bought, like over the past month or so, different energy healing for their masculine, including things like cord cutting. So it's like the collective reading was yours. We'll see if it continues to align. So there may be a short-term pause, difficulty, delay, heartbreak, even hurt, an argument. Could be something. Perhaps having to do with Mercury being in Sagittarius. Because we got to be careful. I talked about this in the general. While Mercury is in Sagittarius, about meaning what we say and saying what we mean, and not anything else. You know, we got to be careful about being reactionary and then spitting something out that's not what we mean. Because that will cause, you know, drama. And mature woman. So I just want to be clear that pause, break, delay, separation even perhaps, or disappointment, could be a disappointment. It's temporary, you know, so it could be like like I said, I think her birthday is coming up, for example. I mean, God forbid, but let's just say like God forbid he forgot it, right? A temporary break, and then it would be like making up for that. I don't even know why that example came to mind, so I hope that's not what it is. But it could be something like that, unfortunately, which would give message from afar more meaning too, because then that could be distance, even if it's just like emotional distance, because there's a temporary issue. You know what I mean? Then that could be communication, 3D communication between the two of you. that might happen as a consequence. All right, so mature woman, let's see what this spread has to say instead of guessing. Divine couple, recent past, near future, masculine's higher self, blocks. What the feminine can do, like to help herself here in this situation. What the masculine can do, help himself along the way on this path, this journey. What the universe would recommend to the two, but they will have to affirm, to it and to get that support. Like, this is what the universe would like to help you with, but you have to allow them entree and permission and then surrender and actually follow through to what they would have you do. Divine couple, triangle. So something going on there. Maybe this is what causes the temporary delay. Actually, I saw. So if you have not seen the love reading for the week for the collective, I need you to watch the love reading. I don't even know if you're watching this one first, if you should stop here and watch the love reading and then come back to this, because this card came up for the masculine in the love reading. And so did drama. And so did, again, like I said, looked like a wedding proposal from an air sign to very possibly a Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cuspian. And I even said that aloud. But yeah, somebody trying to get them to not do it, to not go through with it. And the drama card also, gossip rather, card also came out. And anyway, this is some sort of party of three, a third energy, and not one of the ones that makes me feel all good inside. Not that it's making me feel bad either, but there are other ones that I say, oh, this is fine, This is potentially somebody that doesn't mean you well. Like a gossip or something. I don't mean somebody, I don't mean like you're in danger. I mean, but like, well, it's still, your relationship. People mess with our relationships, which is kind of sick. Recent past. Gifts. We saw, as I was shuffling for the most part, more so than in the actual spread, an indication of what I said was like ascension appeared to be about ascension and growth, spiritual growth. So that's what this is. Recent, that emergence and those other cards, of that type. Near future. Ah, true love. Okay. So it's like despite this, this triangle that's trying to cause a thorn or an accident with the third wheel. We're on three wheels and supposed to, despite that, yeah, true love. Well, true love prevails, as the saying goes, is how the saying goes. Masculine's higher self. Blonde female. This is my representation, actually, of the divine feminine in this deck. In the tarot, the divine feminine is represented by the Queen of Wands, or fire. And so this girl is kind of fiery too. She's got this fire red hair, even though the card says she's blonde. I don't know. Somebody colorblind made it, I guess. So she has been my representation of the divine feminine in this deck. That's what I felt when I picked up that card. Blocks. So his head is in the right place, despite this too. So it's like, again, despite this, true love, and despite this, his head is in the right place as far as, divine feminine. Blocks. Children. I also saw, but I don't think that was this week. I think that might have been the week before. I was talking about children, even one's adult children, somehow causing, or perhaps their parent, like their other parent, if it's not them themselves, somehow causing some sort of thorn in your side. And you see how we have these mirroring? This 3 mirroring this 3. This 3 is definitely connected to this and the potential drama that I'm feeling and that I think we've seen evidence of that could be coming. So what can the feminine do? Let's do it. Oh, okay. So you're you're guided to sort of just like coast through this, you know, just navigate through it. There's karma at play, and there's really nothing that we can do about that. And so we just have to allow it to play out, basically. That's what you're guided to do. What has to happen in order for the next thing that needs to happen to happen. What can the masculine do? Mature man. So he's got a, and I mentioned this card being in relation to being a father. So maybe these are his kids specifically. I don't even know that he has any. I'm not sure we ever discussed that or not. I know you have the daughter, but I'm not sure we ever discussed whether he had any. But that's what it's feeling like here. Something going on with his kids where they're like in the way. Maybe they are the ones saying, you sure you want to get married? Or maybe because of the relationship that he had with their mother, he's like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, something going on with him as a mature man, as a father, and again, perhaps a divorcee or widower or something, or having had another serious relationship, and everything that goes into being a mature man. There's something that he is dealing with or needs to deal with in that regard in order to be able to move forward. But again, you're guided to allow that to happen. Like, let him do it. What the universe will guide the two of you to do, but you have to affirm to do it, is to seek your freedom. So he needs to pull himself away from whatever this is, this cord, these cords. I mean, he could seek or do, some sort of energy cord cutting, like I, guided the masculine in general. As could you, if the universe, I guess, is guiding the two of you to seek freedom from, that which restrains you. For you, I'd say it was probably more so freedom from and protection from your own potential negative emotions in having to sort of watch this play out and, needing to try to remain silent on it so as to avoid conflict, needless conflict. An outcome. True gem. Boom. This could be a ring. This could be an engagement ring. Just like I felt for the collective, or for at least somebody, very likely and possibly could have been you. Yeah, I like that. True gem. The Angel Tarot, I'm going to begin with the Queen of Earth, who is thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. And opening to the Empress, who could be a mother, could be your mother, could be you, could be showing up again as in connection to perhaps the mother of the masculine's children. Empress is about abundance, fresh starts, but it is a 3. And all 3s in the tarot have the potential to be connected to some sort of party of 3, not necessarily a love triangle, but possibly. And when I say love triangle, I don't even mean necessarily like an active love triangle, but it's just 3 people connected. Like it could be an ex, it could be somebody that you don't have any actual, physical contact with anymore or something like that, but you are tied together by energetic cords, that are keeping this up, like a past relationship, alive to the extent that it holds you back. It can be that. Empress is also about like new ideas, creativity. Well, 3s are about creativity in general, and the creator. Being with you and around you. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. And the Queen of Earth is also about nurturing, right? And I think it even says like it guides you to nurture others here. Make time for those around you. Yeah. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So let that be a warning, you know, to anything that comes up. Remember how you're supposed to respond rather than being reactionary. The Queen of Earth is thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible, and is a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. The Empress is also a Taurus, potentially, or a Libra, or a Gemini. Or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Those are the signs that Venus rules. This card very representative of Venus for me. And opening to the Seven of Air, plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye and poor timing. Seven of Air, I summarize as the energy of joy stealing. Could be about actual theft. Somebody trying to take actual material possessions from you, or you know, situations from you. Something that is meant for you, they try to get in the way of it. And then it can be about just an energy. Maybe not even necessarily a person that you can point a finger at, but an energy, a karmic energy, like a Mercury retrograde, although thank God that's over. But like something like that, that's like kind of beyond our control and may bring, you know, negativity into our life. Who is at the other end of the Seven of Air? Could be the Empress. Could be the Empress, since this card was opposite that one. And opening to Major Arcana card 0, the Dreamer with Archangel Metatron. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams. They lead to unexpected opportunities. We just saw a bunch of stuff that was positive about dreams in the masculine spread. So happy to see this. But Major Arcana card, the Dreamer, particularly in this deck, does represent the planet Mercury for me. Which again is stationed in your sign. I forgot about that. That could be what the 7, although it's direct, that could be what the 7 of Swords is about. Just Mercury being in Sagittarius. I forgot about that. Well, this card also represents Mercury for me. It's a lot more positive though. And therefore the signs of Gemini and Virgo, which Mercury rules. Oh, I still got the 7 of Air in my hand. Yeah, this one could be because of Mercury, easily. Dreamer. 4 of Fire, contentment, peace, and abundance. A happy home life. The successful completion of a project. 4 of Fire, often about that, like remodeling, getting a new home, selling a home, moving in together, entering commitment or deepening your level of commitment, engagement, marriage, you know, basically all things wonderful is the 4 of Fire. And opposite the Dreamer, it's like, you know, it's really awesome. This is a brand new path that you never walked before. That's what the Fool is about. That's what the Dreamer is in the traditional tarot. It's the Fool. All about a brand new path. So something, just a fresh, wonderful, you know, situation ahead for you. For Fire. And the Ace of Water. Falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship. Spiritual growth and enhanced intuition. Also maybe even a new home. This too can be about all things awesome. Something totally emotionally fulfilling, you know. And maybe even, you know, just fulfilling all around, like all areas. Just happy, gleeful, joyful. Contentment, as they say. Yes. And abundance. For Fire. And it's the 3 of Fire, abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans. So to the positive, this can be like, okay, that 4 of Fire awaits you. It is ahead, but first we're here. You know, first we're here. And so you got to be a little bit more patient for some things to play out. And then you're going to get to that 4. Other than that, yes, this card, it's on its own, is about abundance potentially. And as a 3 is potentially about some sort of party of 3 too. Not necessarily a love triangle, but possibly. Very beautiful overall energy here of the Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, and important documents or contracts. So this too can be about a new level of commitment for a relationship, some sort of brand new material start, new home, some new asset. Contracts can be even, you know, like marriage licenses and things. The marriage is indeed a contract, actually. It's like a divine blessing, which we also saw in the cards for you, literally. It's a blessing from the heavens and a new start, an abundant new start. And abundance comes in many forms. So it's love, it's finances, it is the material, and everything in between. Crowning the masculine is the 5 of water, things not turning out the way you'd hoped. Not seeing the positive in a situation and crying over spilled milk. 5 of water is about pessimism, disappointment potentially. Oh, woe is me, like not failing to count one's blessings and missing the big picture. Can sometimes be about loss, or at least a feeling of loss. I tend to think in those times like it's like somebody's feeling loss, and again, they're not looking at the big picture, they're not counting their blessings, so they're being pretty obnoxious, you know, and selfish when it's loss, that because they're not seeing what they do have. Surrounding the masculine. Ooh, geez, a lot of like, I don't like 5s in the tarot. The 5 of fire, competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. Where it is conflict, it's typically for me, conflict, you know, within oneself, like one is conflicted, or it's conflict with close friends and or family, including exes. So that can take me back to that spread from the universe and where the mature man and the children situation could possibly be that. And from a positive standpoint, the 5 of fire also comes through for me sometimes as more Mars-like and aggressive and a need to take action. But with the 5 of water, I'm saying I think it's probably connected to like, oh, woe is me, you know, drama and foolishness is happening. This is not what I wanted to happen. Masculine subconscious. The page of water, intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. So we've seen a lot of that potential, right? Also heightened psychic abilities. We've seen that too. Page of water is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And is news or like an offer, a message that is emotional and or of love. Somebody wanting to make a message of love or receiving a message of love, an offer of love. So if this within his mind, he may have shared with family that he wanted to make some sort of offer of love, and they didn't respond the way he expected. In fact, they didn't respond well, period. Crowning the feminine. It is major arcana card, the Star. So more about dreams coming true. I love this. And it is mirroring this page of water. So it's like that, you know, we can expect it to finally come through. But again, I think it's been like sort of halted in the meantime. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. So again, this is about moving forward, just like the masculine with his dreams card. He, you know, like, let's look forward toward goals is what I was hearing and feeling with that card. So this is the same thing. This is about dreams coming true, prayers being answered, wishes being granted. Also about communication. The star represents the sign of Aquarius, the planet Uranus, which rules Aquarius. And 17 equals 8, which is a number of karma, you know, and karmic energy being at play. The feminine is surrounded by the Knight of Fire, passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. The Knight of Fire is a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Feminine subconscious. The Ace of Water. So you've got the new start on your mind. Falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, maybe even a new home. And we have the Ace of Water also mirroring the masculine's Page of Water, which is a good thing. Crowning. That's 7 of Air. You see how they try to slip in with the negative energy? Plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye and poor timing. And it is here crossing the Knight of Fire, which is very Mercury in Sagittarius. At the root, foundation. The King of Earth, who is generous, professional, responsible, and practical. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch. So this could definitely be someone wanting to make an offer, sitting here next to the Page of Water. More specifically, the masculine wanting to make an offer, a generous offer. And energy can otherwise apply to either of you, like things going your way, maybe particularly from a financial or material standpoint. At the heart of the matter, the dreamer, which again is the Fool, all about a brand new path you'll be walking down. A leap of faith, follow your dreams. That leads to unexpected opportunities. And we have the dreamer, again, crossing the card that is in fact about dreams coming true. But it's sitting here under the 7 of Air. So someone or something wants to make those dreams not come true, is putting like a thorn in your side. Let's see what else comes up. Going to the romance cards, beginning with the calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And opening to free yourself. You see this again? This is going to be really important for you guys right now. It's time to take back control of your life. Yeah, it may be a really good time for a cord cutting, at least on the part of the masculine, if not both of you. Calling in your soulmate and healing family issues. This is why. It's to this end, right? Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, but it's not just your parents. It's any and everybody who could be your kids, okay? Any and everybody who is so impactful upon your life that without, absent, healing a relationship with them one way or another, you can't move forward, right? So not just your parents, anybody who affects you that much. There's 2 ways, if you ask me, to heal a relationship. You repair it if you're interested in that and able, right? If that's a possibility. And otherwise, you walk away. But those are the only 2 things that I've known to, ways I've known to heal this kind of situation. Healing family issues and make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So that's just about following through with guidance that you receive. Also, give your relationship a chance. So basically, this is saying fight for it, right? Give it a fighting chance. It's opposite, make the effort. I mean, they couldn't tell you, any stronger to go after it. Work on your partnership. Romance angels telling you where to put your energy. And back to calling in your soulmate. So on that note, I will cut after this. Give your relationship a chance. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. Aw, aren't they sweet, the romance angels? They gave you this, you deserve love. You are a lovable, very Sagittarian-like card. It's very Cupid-like, right? An arrow pointed at the intended. That's the overall energy. Atop the 5 of water, the masculine's 5 of water. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. This could be literal friends, especially if you guys have friends in common that can maybe speak, you know, on either of your behalf to smooth things over or to give you some guidance, advice, support, love in a situation where you're feeling this way. Or, of course, from, you know, as far as I'm concerned, there's always, you know, the ancestors, the ascended masters, God. You know, just go straight to the source. If you're calling on other beings like ancestors and ascended masters, angels, saints, I'd definitely be very specific about on what type I was calling or on whom I was calling, and, you know, only beings of the light. We want to be careful not to call anything dark in, especially if we're otherwise not, you know, familiar with or comfortable with or aware you know, of how to deal with those types of energies, work with them. Atop the 5 of fire, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So the romance angels actually using this card to be you know, for that more positive meaning of like to take action. All right, there's something you got to do. Go ahead and express your love. And then to let your friends help you. This one is actually about marriage too, I'm seeing here. This woman is wearing a wedding dress, and her, like, these are like the ladies in waiting surrounding her, and maybe the flower girl. So the expression of love again could be connected to something like that. Atop the page of water, where you're wanting to make the wanting to make an offer. Yes, the romance angel saying, do it. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. You've even been moved to make an offer of love or to accept one that's made to you, then do it. Atop the star, and wishes being granted, dreams coming true, is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So keep your mind, your thoughts positive, because it's working. Atop the Knight of Fire, stay optimistic. I just said this. It's about staying positive. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith is what is going to bring you romance. Yes. Keep those thoughts and words that you speak over yourself positive. So like where that child, what I said, overthinking or obsessive thinking, be mindful of that. Watch that. Atop the Ace of Water. Ooh, separation. This is, you're going to manifest this with this in this position, if this is what you're thinking about. So again, this is very important for you right now, because you don't have to, this doesn't have to happen. First of all, separation isn't even real, right? It's a state of mind. But you can avoid it completely with the positive thoughts. Atop the 7 of air, because you in those thoughts could be, you know, at least in part, the 7 of air, like stealing your own joy with negative thoughts. Atop the 7 of air is deception. Very fitting of the 7 of air, right? The 7 of air it's a thief. It is not a nice energy. Some people say that it's risky, a risky energy. And I've felt it like that before too. Like it's about taking risks, but for the most part, to me, it is the funky energy, and I don't like seeing it. It is joy stealing. And then here we have this. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. I think that's just meaning like not necessarily standing up to some people or energies that need to be dealt with. Especially with it crossing, for example, the masculine's 5 of fire and sitting here next to his 5 of cups. Now for you, it's crossing your stay optimistic and your negative thoughts. So there's enough to go around. Atop the King of Earth, past life relationship, you have known each other before. But this is atop the King of Earth, it would be a valuable one, you know, valuable, worthwhile, one with like longevity ahead, long-term plans, like we talked about. And atop the Dreamer, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So this is about putting yourself ahead of other things and people and doing, you know, what you want and not letting anybody talk you out of decisions that you've made on your own behalf, or, you know, not relinquishing your control over your life to anyone else. And handling your business, basically, you know, following through on those things, the guidance that you've received. Like, I got to love myself. I got to nurture myself. I was told to do it this way. I'm going to pull another card for deception, though.